What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know I'm about to get it in. But before I get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. And I highly appreciate it, man. Thank you for all the support and the blessings. I couldn't do it without you. So are you guys ready for
Hey man, leave me alone. You're too big for me, right?
for Super Samoan Part 6? It's been a minute, right? And I know you guys already know about Lion. I've told you the stories about Lion. Rest in peace to the homie Lion, my old school celly, right? And I got another story that I remember that I'll tell you guys in the future. But this is about my homeboy, Big Uzi, right? I called him Big Uzi. He used to call, why do all Samoans call everyone Oos? Hey, I remember the first time I thought he cussed at me. He's like, man, get over your Oos. I was like, oh, he called me a bitch, right? I didn't know what it meant. But at the same time, man, as I grew to understand, it's respect. It's like saying brother, right? And that's embrace me. That's real. You know, not that I wanted a motherfucker to embrace me because going broken ribs, right? You don't want you. The last thing you ever want on earth is a Samoan to hug you. When the motherfuckers pat your back, it sounds like this. It's no joke. That's just they're trying to give you a dap. But this situation was a serious one. So I need to explain to you throughout the day what happened and how God, like, he does things for a reason. He blesses you for a reason. Now, because I've been doing these Super Samoan, these Super Oos videos, the homeboy that I used to tell you that used to bump, all I do is think of, baby, day and night, that's all I do, right? He actually reached out to me. He watched one of the videos. He's like, damn, Oos, the spot's getting hot, right? He was like, what's up with it, man? I know you're talking about me. I said, what's up? His name's Jay. Actually, well, that's what I call him is Jay, right? So I'm like, what's up, Jay? He's like, oh, man, bro, I seen the videos. I knew exactly what you were talking about. Was good. So we linked in with each other, man. We went and had some good food, man, conversated, kicked back. He's just a good dude. And he's like, you need to come through, man. I got a wife now. I got kids. I got a lot going on in my life. Like, he totally changed. He's all in the church now. He's a Mormon and shit. He moved out to Utah for a while. Then he moved back in the area. And so we live like an hour distance, but we definitely linked in. He's a homeboy I'm going to continue to stay linked in with because he's real, right? But I need to tell you guys a story on how that saved my ass. For real. No, Wes Watson, I say ass, and that doesn't mean toasters and shit, right? So trip out. I had been going out. This was about probably a year and a half ago, man. I got into the club scene for a little bit. Not necessarily the club scene, but, you know, I was fucking with chicks I met off the internet, man, associated with the people that they knew. And it's not that you can't trust the people that you meet, but you can't trust the people that they know, right? You got to be leery in every situation and be aware, and that'll save your ass, right? So I had just tapped in with the homeboy that day, and he invited me to one of his niece's weddings, the Samoan homeboy. And I remember saying, hey, I don't know, maybe I might slide, maybe I might not. And then a homegirl called me and she's like, what you up to? What are you going to do? Now, she always would come from a different city, man, rent hotels, party it up, all that. And it was all good, right? So I had a taita homeboy at the time that I fucked with, man. It was me and him against the world, right? It wasn't a Samoan homeboy. It was a different homeboy. So I called him like, hey, man, a gang of chicks want to kick it. He's like, fuck all that, bro. Hey, I got a trap house cracking right now. I got my own hotel room. It's popping. I got a gang of chicks in and out, man. We don't even need those tiradas, man. We got our own tortas right here. And I said, are they bad? He started shooting me pictures and shit. I start getting ready. As soon as he started shooting the picture, my shit was unzipped. As soon as he started shooting the pictures, I went like this. I'm ready, homie. Let's go. You know what I mean? Put my hands to the left, and I was ready. So I remember that day in particular, you know, I was always skeptical of that homie because he had money. He never tripped on the money I had, but I started to see a decline in his attitude and a decline in what he had going on. I mean, he was balling out. He was doing this thing. I never paid attention to exactly how he made his money. He said one thing, I thought another, whatever, right? It's none of my business. The homie was like, hey, we always went halves. Every time chicks, we balled out. It was always good. But I started to notice that he got involved in what I'd seen was like the drug scene. He started to get high a little bit. And I know people think, oh, when you're balling out, you can just be a weekend warrior and all that. But eventually that shit starts affecting your life. And I remember going to his house and he had all these computer stuff, all this shit in his house. The next time I went, there was less computers. What happened to your computers? Hey, I thought you were doing it like this and like that, right? Oh, no, bro, I had to move this to a storage and that. I'm thinking about moving and all kinds of crazy stories. And I was realizing, because I'm not dumb, I come from that era, that dope boy era, right? This Vato was clucking his shit off, but whatever. I didn't see him as a threat, or at least I thought. So now what happened was we end up going to this motel. No, before we did, we went to his pad. He called me. I pulled up to his pad. And this is what kind of saved me too. He was like, "Hey, bro, all right, fam, let's jump in my whip. Leave your whip here. We'll jump in my whip. We'll go here." But he's looking real sketchy. He looked like he was on one a little bit. So I'm already at the like, "Hey, bro, the chat gang chicks." He's like, "No, they're at the motel room, bro. Don't trip. We're gonna go through." And again, this was a homie that I'd partied with previous weekends over and over. He was cool. You know what I'm saying? I met his children. He met mine. Everything was good, right? He was just a good dude, I thought. And so, anyways, we go to the fucking we're at his pad. He's like, "Let's take my car." I'm like, "Nah, something didn't seem right?" Because he never tripped off. Let's whatever car we took, we just follow me, right? And so I'm like, "Nah, I'm gonna take my truck, bro. How about we jump in my shit?" Or my at the time I had the range. We're gonna jump in my shit. So he's like, "All right, let's go." So I could see he was fighting the feeling though, like a Too Short song. He didn't want to jump in the car. You know, he wanted for whatever reason to take his car. I don't know why, but I'm like, "Let's go." So we end up we're on our way there, and some chick's blowing him up. Or he said it was a chick, and he was like, "Hey, there's this chick, bro. She's at this motel. Let's go pick her up. We're going to take her with us. There's other chicks." I said, "There's already chicks there. We don't need another one. Let's get my dick going. I'm old, homie. It only works so long. I mean, it's long, but it only works for so long. You know what I mean?" And he's like, "No, this is a bad one, bro. She's down for whatever." All right, cool. So we go to the most ghettoest, hoodest, stinkiest, roach-infested, bed-bug-infested hotel. And I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even want to sit there too long. I'm like, "Oh, bro, this is the type of shit where they just peel your cat back, literally." So he's like, "No, don't trip, she's coming out." We're there like 10, 15 minutes. She ain't coming out. I'm starting to get a little skeptical of the homie, a little paranoid, right? I'm looking at him like maybe it was the meth he smoked was leaking off into me. I don't know, but I'm looking at him like, "Hey, bro." And I can see him, he's just texting and texting. I said, "Hey, bro, text her, tell her come out already." He was like, "Oh, you don't understand, bro. Her phone, it's only on Wi-Fi and it takes forever. It's delayed." And bro, I don't fuck with Obama phone bitches, right? I'm not fucking with Wi-Fi tortas. I'm not doing that. Hey, and there's a word to the wise. Here's some knowledge you can't get in college. If a chick's phone only works on Wi-Fi, run ASAP, right? So anyways, I'm like, all right. You know, I'm real skeptical, and the homie's real fidgety. I'm like, fuck, bro, what I get myself into? I ain't got nothing on me. I'm an ex-convict. I can't carry. So I'm just chilling like, damn, I done got myself into a debacle, right? All bad. Next thing you know, I'm like, "I'm cool." I just pull out, like, "Let me hit the U on this one," right? And he's like, "Oh, bro, she was about to come out right now." I said, "Nah, bro, you haven't even been texting back and forth now for the last 10 minutes. It's already been like 20, 25 minutes. 25 minutes. I mean, I can't do that." He's like, "No, she's coming out." So I double back. Here's this chick with like 6 bags, looking like she's trying to move in. I'm like, "Oh, man." I ain't gonna lie, she was pretty, but it was pretty obvious that she was up to no good. So pick her up. We pull up to the fucking hotel where he's in. And this is another ghetto hotel. It's not as ghetto as the last one, but it wasn't precisely what I pictured. Okay. I picture fucking get sweets and bottles of Patron and chicks fucking twerking. And this is what I picture. I picture LL Cool J videos. You know, we doing it well. Right. I don't picture fucking, "We're not gonna take it." Whole bunch of white men fucking with their heads out the windows, meth smoke. That's not what I picture, but that's what was happening. So we go upstairs. It's upstairs right in the middle. The room is right. And as we walk in, there's not a lick of a torta in sight. It's just me, him, and this chick. And immediately apparatus started getting broken out. And she's like, "Hey, you mind if I smoke a little?" I said, "Yeah, I do mind, man. I don't get down with like that." And she was like, "I'll go in the bathroom to do your thing," right? He's like, "Oh, she's down for both." I'm like, bro, I'm cool with this shit, right? So what happens is the homie's like, "Hey, I've had this hotel room for a few days. I'm going to go pay. I'm going to go downstairs and pay for another day," just out of the blue. Like he couldn't do that any other time, right? It just seemed weird to me. It seemed like the setup was in progress. So trip out. When he goes out, I'm already skeptical. So I start talking to the chick. She comes out of the bathroom on a gray one. She's going through her clothes. She's putting them all in the dressers and shit. Like she's going to live there, right? And I'm like, "What's up, man? You know, like, hey, how does it feel to be out there? Like, what's your circumstance, your situation?" I have a few dollars in my pocket, man. I don't like to see a woman struggling. I'll kick down a few dollars, you know, for her to get her own room if she needs to or whatever. I'm already under the assumption something ain't right here, and I ain't trying to touch this chair. I ain't trying to be involved in none of that because, man, sometimes just is off a little bit. And so anyways, I'm smart, right? As she's talking, she kind of, I'm like, hey, where'd the homie go? And she was like, oh, he went to pay the bill and to talk to some homies downstairs. He never told me about no homies downstairs. He told me about some chicks in a hotel, but no homies downstairs. So now I'm a little paranoid, like, oh shit, what are the homies downstairs? Why can't the homies just come up and it's all good? Why does he have to talk to homies downstairs? And about what is he talking to the homies about downstairs? So I'm like, I'm gonna use the bathroom. So as I go in the bathroom, I'm waving shit. I text the homie. I was smart. I text a Samoan homie. And one thing I can tell you about Samoans, he answered that phone like, so oos. I was like, hey, bro, I'm over here in this motel chilling, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little paranoid. He's like, yeah, what's going on? I said, remember, this chick and this dude are acting a little fucking leapish, man, a little froggy, a little leapish. He was like, just say the word oos. So he said, hey, just text oos. If you say the word oos, I'm coming, right? So I tell him where I'm at. I text him the address, like the hotel I'm at. He's like, and it's like 30 minutes away. So he's like, should I just come and swoop you? Or can you just get up out of there? I said, well, let me, if I text oos, just come, right? And he's like, all right. So as I go out, the homeboy's in, he's like, what were you doing for? I said, taking a piss. He was like, damn, it was a long ass piss. I said, I got a big old dick. So we're just chilling. And I could tell by him, the eye contact of him and the chick, that something wasn't right. Right. So she's like, hey, I'm going to go downstairs to your truck. I think I left the bag. No, you didn't, bitch. That's my shit. Right. I know you didn't leave. So she's like, can I get the keys? Hell no, you can't get the keys. I hit it with the boop, boop from outside. So she goes down and I see these three dudes chopping it up with her. And she's looking up and she's going like, yeah, like he's there. Right now, you got to understand, man. I wear jewelry and I have all that. And I know better, man, instead of not be flashy and shit. Because when you're flashy, you attract negative attention. Nowadays, you can't just have the hard-earned fucking jewelry that you work for and be kind of people that are doing bad will take that shit or try. So I could already see the plot happening. I could see it, man. There's these three dudes that keep kicking it that he talked to and now she talked to, but I ain't talked to, right? But it seems like they've been talking about me to them. And they keep looking up and keep looking up. And there's a red truck that's parked right there. And they're sitting and the doors are open. And I'm looking at these dudes. Now about a half hour past, she comes up. She's doing her thing in the bathroom, staying in the bathroom. And then when she's not, she's texting. So I asked her straight up. I said, man, what's up with it? And I'm just point blank, just blatant. I said, hey, is it going down or what? And she goes, yeah, it's going down. And I already knew what she meant. She didn't mean like I was going to hit it. She meant like, yeah, we got you, motherfucker, right? Immediately, oos, mayday, oos, oof, oof, oos, oofa, kefe. I need you, right? And fuck you to this chick. And I don't know if the homie's on his way or not. So as we're kicking it, man, the homeboy's like, hey, maybe we should jam and just go back to my pad. So she's like, yeah. The thing was they were trying to get me up out of this hotel. I could feel it. I could feel the tension. Now the homie's not even talking to me. I'm like, what's up, bro? He's not even trying to look at me. And I could see the remorse in his eyes, like, damn, bro, I need the money. You got it. I need it, right? And I feel it. And I know what's going down. I'm like, damn, right? Now, he starts mentioning things, right? And he was like, yeah, hey, so you got that YouTube channel and this, that. This is when I first started. People were tripping on me and all that. And I said, yeah. And he was like, yeah, I never knew you were Gunner, homie, right? And I had never told him my name was Gunner. I told him my real name. And we never talked about gangs or nothing like that. We didn't hit it off and be homeboys over gang shit. We hit it off over knocking bitches, right? So I was like, yeah, why, what's up? He was like, yeah, I never knew that, bro. I never knew that. I was like, oh, that's what's up. All right, cool. Well, you want an autograph or what? So as we're chilling and the chick, she keeps sucking her teeth, shaking her head, and motherfucker ain't even asked her a question. I ain't even gonna lie. That was the only time in my life I just wanted to grab her by her hair and throw her, right? So I kind of know what it is. And the homeboy's looking out the window and he's probably on a sick one too. And he keeps saying, yeah, it's hella active out there, bro. It's hella active out there. And now it clicks to my mind. Okay, he knows I'm a non-active gang member. He realized that. So they're going to try to get me, right? They didn't know. It's a bird. It's a plane. That's a big ass Samoan pulled up, right? So we're sitting there and she's packing all her shit. And I asked her straight up, hey, why would you unpack all your stuff and put it in the fucking drawers just to be going to the homie's house? Aren't you guys, he just got the room again for a day. You know, I'm trying to figure it out. Aren't you going to come back? And she was like, some of us are. And it was at that moment I knew, oh, man, they're trying to plot to twist the motherfucker, right? Now I'm on my P's and Q's. What am I going to do? I could fucking put hands on this homeboy. I don't know if he's strapped up or not. Like, I don't know at this point. So I'm right there and I'm telling him, hey, bro, it's like that. And he wouldn't look at me. He's rolling a joint. He's like, yeah, it's like that. It's like this and like that. And maybe I'm just being a little paranoid, but I didn't think so, right? So as I'm standing right there by the door, I'm trying to think, man, if I just go out here, you got these 3 dudes, I'm gonna have to deal with them. I ain't got nothing on me. I don't know what they have on me. And as I start to take a closer look, they're walking around the parking lot. A couple of dudes are bald, they look like gang members. I'm like, damn, this is a gang twist. They found out I was non-active. They finally got me. Motherfuckers got me, right? It is what it is. You at that time, if you've ever been faced with a situation where you're in harm's way, you kind of like just go into it's the fight or flight mode. I'm kind of either you're gonna run and get away from the situation if you can, or you're just like, fuck it. It is what it is. I'm gonna go out swinging, right? So it was about that time, man. The chick's packing her shit. The homie's like getting his bags ready. He's like, let's go, right? And I'm not about to say, fuck it, man. I'm just gonna take this one for the gun team, right? And as I go to walk out, boom, 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 sound like police, right?
I was like, ah, man, shit just went from bad to all bad.
And I open the door, right? Like, fuck it, man. If they're coming in, they're coming in. I'm already like, I'm going to die tonight anyways. And as I open the door, I get the biggest Cheshire cat smile. I turn around and they're freaking out because there's a Samoan 6'5", 400 and fucking whatever pounds with a whole bunch of fucking Samoans, like 6 of them, right? He's like, whoa, oos, right? I'm like, oh, what's up? And I give him a big hug. And I turn around and I said, some of us ain't coming back. And the chick looks and she's looking all scared. And they walk right in like, what's up, oos, smoking on blunts and shit. Oh, man. Oh, she a bad bitch, oos. I'm like, nah, man, we got to get up out of here, right? And so the homie, who's supposed to be the homie, kind of looks at me, and the look in his eyes is like, don't do me like this, bro. And I looked at him like, you were going to do me like this. And so as I'm telling the homeboy Jay, I'm like, hey, bro, did you see 3 dudes down there? He said, yeah, we talked to him. He said, man, them are some fucking cutthroat dudes right there, bro. He said, but they took off. And so I'm walking down with the Samoans, right? I called the Samoan SWAT team. I needed backup, right? Let's go, Booyah Tribe, right? So as me and the Booyah Tribe are walking down the steps and shit, that chick, she immediately slams and locks the door, and you can hear her arguing with the dude. Like, fuck, right? Because this was the plot twist. So I ended up getting at that fool later on to find out what happened, right? Hey, you're gonna respect me, home, right? So as I'm walking down, bam, I go with the Samoans, the homeboys. They're like, get in, bro, get in. And we get in their little fucking minivan, right? And we're chopping it up. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna follow you guys in the car. So 2 of the Samoans jump in with me. I'm following Jay. We go to his pad. We kick it. He was like, yeah, we're talking to those dudes. He goes, them fools was going to twist you, homie. I said, what? He said, I don't know what you're into, what's going on, bro. But that chick called them dudes and I seen an easy lick. She was going to get you and she was going to get old boy that you were chilling with. I said, for reals, right? So I call him and I'm like, what's up, bro? And he said, and I finally break it down to him like, what's up, man? I said, you see, I got homies. And it was crazy because like I said, God works in mysterious ways. I hadn't been fucking with the Samoan homeboy. He found me through YouTube, right? It was just a miracle. And anyway, so I ended up going home, whatever. Super Samoan saved me, right? And so I called the homie. I'm like, hey, what happened, bro? A few days later, he was like, man, hey, I couldn't say much, bro. That chick had an idea. She was going to get you and shit. And said that if I said anything, the homies would get me. So I was like, man, fuck you. Click, blocked, right? I ain't fucking with you no more. So I'm chilling. It's the next weekend, and Uso calls me. He's like, come through, homie, right? And I'm like, I can't tell him no now. Now I'm indebted, right? But one thing about Usos, when they fuck with you tough. Every weekend be like, come on, Us, right? And I'm like, man, you motherfuckers put me in a crazier situation than the one you saved me from. So I get over there, right? Fuck it, got to go. And man, hey, it was like Hawaii, like a motherfucker. Hey, his fucking pad, the backyard was all Maui'd out. Hey, all I heard was, they were doing their dang, man. Then all of a sudden I went into Jodeci. Come and talk to me. Yeah. And there was chicks. Hey, Samoan chicks, they hit different. Literally, right? But they're in that motherfucker. Oh, it was cool. Gang of brothers. It was a gang of good people, man. And the homie was like, hey, I remember he was like, he was hugging on me like, hey, this is the homie right here, man. We used to cruise. We used to do this. We used to do that. And I was like, you don't remember the song, though? He said, shit, oos. That motherfucker got the old school tape in an old school boombox. Click, click. I began to take the long way home. You ever seen a big fucking 400-pound Samoan doing the hula hoop? Well, that's what he was doing. It was crazy. Anyways, man, I'm indebted to that dude for life, man. He saved me from a potential situation that really was a situation. What had happened was this, and you know, I thought it was like gonna be, they were tripping on me because of the active, non-active stuff. It wasn't that. It was just a chick trying to hit a lick. That's why I implore to you people, man, that you're out there meeting these chicks on the internet and just kicking it. Watch out. They're different nowadays. They're fucking trying to twist your shit. They got homeboys that put them out there like that, like, hey, get some stupid ass dudes. And again, man, I felt it from the beginning, and I was skeptical about the homeboy, and he let me down. So he's canceled off the Christmas list. The Uso, he's back on it, which is fucked up because I can't find his size in sweatshirts. You already know what it is, man. With that, Super Samoan Part 6, I got some coming up online. I got some Super Norteños. I got some fucking content, giving content piggyback rides. I got content in a frozen pool right now playing ice hockey. You already know what it is, man. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the Uso homies, because they had my back. I mean, I was fucked up. I almost pissed on myself. Real life.